Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. And this week, we're heading to our new Innistrad Midnight Hunt standard format to paint some flames. We are playing Efreet Flamepainter Boros, a really cool, almost like combo-y, slightly burnish build of Boros for a new standard format. So let's talk about this deck, what it's trying to do, the sweet combos and synergies, jump into some games, see it in action. All right, so here is our Flamepainter Boros deck, and I gotta say, I really love this deck. Normally when I think Boros aggro, I think spew my hand of creatures as quickly as possible, attack, hope for no removal, hope for no ras, see what happens. This deck is not like this. This is like Boros aggro that's also a combo deck sometimes, that's also kind of a burn deck sometimes. So there's a lot going on. There's a lot of sweet synergies in this deck, and the biggest synergy is Efreet Flamepainter, a card that was definitely not good enough pre-rotation, but might be now thanks to a new addition. Basically, when it hits our opponent, we can cast an instant or sorcery from our graveyard for free. It's got double strike, so we can potentially do this twice each turn. The problem is, it's only a 1/4, so it can easily be blocked, it can easily be killed. When we're getting in hits with this every turn, it feels like one of the most powerful cards in Standard. It's just not that easy to get in those hits, but we have a huge new addition that makes it way easier in Angelfire Ignition. Angelfire Ignition puts 2 counters on something, hopefully a free Flamepainter, also gives it trample, also gives it indestructible, so we can swing in, we can get in damage even through blockers. The power and toughness boost allows us to get in trample damage even through blockers, makes it way easier to get in those attacks and start flashing back spells, and that's when we can really snowball the Efreet Flamepainter value. We also have kind of a third combo quote-unquote piece in Moonveil Regent. Moonveil Regent allows us to fill our graveyard with spells to flash back with the Efreet Flamepainter. Also just synergizes really well with some of our flashback cards like Angelfire Ignition. We can just play a normal game of Magic, eventually get down Moonveil Regent, we'll probably be empty-handed by that point, and then we can flash back Angelfire Ignition. It's a 2-color card, so we can discard all the 0 cards in our hand and draw 2 cards, and then we probably draw something else we can cast, so we can cast that, discard our hand, draw some cards, so we get these almost Storm-style card draw combo turns where we go from not doing much of anything and being empty-handed to suddenly casting a whole bunch of spells thanks to Moonveil Regent. So this is kind of the core package of our deck. What are we flashing back with a Efreet Flamepainter? Mostly a bunch of burn spells, Play with Fire, Sacred Fire, and Lorehold Command. Upside is they can all go face, so we can chip in for some damage with our Flamepainter, with our other creatures, and then use these burn spells. Flashback, Snapcaster, and Standard style with Flamepainter to close out the game. 1 burn down the house, can be a sweeper, can make devils. We got more on the sideboard. As far as the rest of our creatures, Cathar Commando, just a really good sleeper that I don't think people are really playing, but it's actually very strong. A 2-mana 3/1, good stats, flash, a good ability, and blowing up an artifact and enchantment by sacrificing it, pretty relevant in a standard where Azeka's Chariot is one of the best cards in the entire format. Brutal Cathar for removal, Sunrise Cavalier getting some hasty damage to support our burn plan, couple of Showdown of the Skulls, would like more, but we already got a ton of 4-drops, so we can't really play too many more just because of curve concerns. Mana base wise, Amiria's Calls are biggest thing that we can flash back with our Efreet Flamepainter. Otherwise, mostly mana fixing, some of it bad like Fury Arm Snarl. Couple of End of the Bugbears in the sideboard, Redain, Felidary Retreat, Inferno for control in grindy mid-range matchups. For aggro, a bunch more removal, Portable Hole, Skyclave Apparition, Burn Down the House, and that is Flamepainter Boros for Innistrad Midnight Hunt Standard. That's our Much Abrew deck for this week, so let's jump into some games. See if Flamepainter Efreet is a real standard card now. Finally, thanks to Angelfire Ignition. I gotta say, Angelfire Ignition was a card during spoiler season. I was like, ugh, it's a sorcery, you're gonna get blown out a lot, but maybe it's a lot better than we think. And if it's gonna be better than I think, it's probably gonna be with a Efreet Flamepainter, because that synergy is so awesome. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Let's jump into some games, see the flame painting in action. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit with the wrap up. Need some new Innistrad Midnight Hunt cards? Well, you can order them now from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are playing some Flamespeaker Boros. Oh, I got the Flamespeaker. Flamespeaker Boros. Do we keep this? You know, I think we do. Hopefully it's not control. We don't do anything early with this hand, which is awkward. But We can probably catch up with Burn Down the House and then Flame Painter, maybe? Yeah, maybe we hold on to Amiria's Gall. With the possibility of us just drawing more lands, probably worth it. All right, opponent's gonna Eye Twitch. Well, Angelfire Ignition is pretty sweet with Flame Painter. That's kind of one of the main synergies of the deck. Trample, Indestructible, Lifelink Haste makes it pretty hard to block so that we can flash back a bunch of stuff. Moonville Radiant's not bad. All right, we're gonna play the Amiria's Gall now. We've drawn action, we're not flooding out. Are we sacking? Well, at least they're sacking the Village Rights. That's better than getting a treasure here. Huh. Are we going to Flame Painter? Or are we going to Regent? What happens if we Flame Painter? We Flame Painter and then nothing? All right, opponent gonna get a land. I mean, our opponent is definitely in removal colors. So killing stuff's definitely a possibility. Well, all right, let's Regent. Ship the turn. All right. Infernal Grasp to kill it. Sure. Boom. Hit you for 0. All right. Opponent gets in, hits us. Well. I guess that means it's Flame Painter time. Flame Painter land, go. Awaken the Blood Avatar could be a problem eventually. I assume that's what our opponent's building towards. Passes. How do we want to do this? Oh, let's lower hold command. Token and Lightning Helix. Pay the 3. Go attacking. Opponent's gonna jump. Okay, that's fine. That was actually a pretty good turn. So we get rid of both of our opponent's creatures. Keeping the board clear is gonna make it harder for our opponent to awaken the Blood Avatar, which is something we're concerned about. Mascot Exhibition, I mean, we can eventually burn down the house if we have to. We could have a sweet turn next turn if our opponent doesn't have removal. Go to combat, attack ya. All right, opponent's got another Inferno Grasp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Huh. Yeah, I guess we just gotta pass. A little bit awkward, but we don't really want to run out Flame Painter and then immediately have to sweep. I assume our opponent's going to play Mascot Exhibition. Yeah, all right, so there's a Mascot Exhibition. Now we burn down the house. Land on red. Go. All right, well, we got through the Mascot Exhibition at least. If they're firing up Den of the Bugbear, that means they just have a ridiculous amount of removal. I mean, that is the downside of Flame Painter is it does get got by removal. All right, there's the Den of the Bugbear. Well, let's kill it. Opponent plays land, passes. Let's keep waiting. Now I think we're gonna lower hold command something and draw. Let's make a token, sack a permanent to draw. Play a land, go to combat, hit ya. I mean, I guess our opponent's hand could also be a bunch of sack effects that they can't easily use. We're now that we sack the land, we're still one land away from being able to haste in this Flame Painter with Angelfire Ignition. Opponent plays a land, passes. Den of the Bugbear. Well, go to combat, hit ya. Down to 7. Well, next turn might be the turn that we get the Flame Painter combo kill. Opponent land. Tainted Adversary. I assume they're gonna make a bunch of fake zombies. Yeah, well, okay. 4/5 double strike, or 4/5 death touch. All right, let's untap. We're going for it. If they have an instant speed removal spell, it's a bummer, but play us on white, Flame Painter, Angelfire Ignition, attack you, hit ya, flashback, burn down the house, sweep the board again. Pass the turn. I mean, that is a combo with the deck. That is the synergy. Oh, okay. Opponent has another Blood Chief's Thirst. Opponent passes. Well, this is awkward, but Brutal Cathar. Angelfire Ignition. Hit you for 4. And this, oh, we got Exaxes. Oh, okay. Well, that was not bad. That was not bad. We got to see some of the cool synergies of the deck. Hasting in an Efreet Flamepainter and flashing back 2 spells and making it indestructible is kind of insane. All right, so what do we want against our opponent's deck? Opponent's playing some sort of sack deck. Skyclave seemed good. Burn down the house, maybe. What do we not want? Cathar Commando doesn't seem to do much. Let's bring in the Skyclaves, and then do we want more burn down the houses? I mean, we have a lot of targeted removal, which is nice. Maybe we just stick with 1. That's probably fine. Maybe, perhaps. Yeah, let's try it like that. That's fine. I do really like the idea of this deck. Flamepainter is such a sweet card. It would be sweet if it actually could work and be a real deck. All right, we're on the draw. Well, we're gonna keep. What do you got? Showdown of the Skalds is a pretty sweet draw. That should be good with this hand. We don't really have early game plays, but that's kind of just how our deck is. We don't really have a lot of early game creatures, especially sideboarding out the 2-drop artifact destruction thing. Florian. Well, that's awkward. We cannot actually kill that at the moment. We need another red source, I guess. All right, that works. So, Snarl. Hit the Florian. Hit the Florian. Ugh. Well, technically 2 for 1 to ourselves, although we do get a flashback Sacred Fire eventually, so not a full 2 for 1. We can't really let Florian live, though. That's just going to draw our opponent an extra card every turn, which would be less than ideal, I would say. We want to be the one drawing extra cards in a roundabout way. Valky. Oh, no, our Flamepainter. All right. Yep. And a tap land. I'll play the land, Brutal Cathar. Snag the Valky. Showdown does get better on turn 5, because we can make 2 land drops off of it, theoretically. Opponent. Whew. Opponent has all the removal. You name a removal spell, and it is in our opponent's deck. Right down to Power Word Kill. Bloodthirsty Adversary. All right, so opponent's just trying to go aggro. Hits us to 20. Well, Showdown. Another Angelfire Ignition, eh? I'll play the Snarl, pass the turn. Skyclave's not bad. Skyclaving the Valky's nice. Down to 16. Ugh, Predator. All right, well, we might have to Skyclave the Predator. Yeah, Skyclave. Hit the Predator. Shatter Skull, untapped. Angelfire Ignition. Gain back some life. We have so many Angelfire Ignitions and not so many creatures at the moment. Opponent. We got the Infernal Grasp. I'm expecting more removal. Our opponent just has so much removal. All right, opponent's going to turn into Flamepainter. Interesting. We draw land. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll play the Snarl. Yeah, we can't quite Angelfire on Den of the Bugbear. This Flamepainter is an issue. Yeah, I guess we're going to pass. Yeah, unfortunate we couldn't get rid of that Valky. I guess at least if our opponent kills this, then what they're flashing back with the Flamepainter is not really doing anything because it's just more removal and we don't have any creatures. Skyclave Shade, sure. About it. New attacks. Moonville Regent I like quite a bit. I'll play the land. Play Moonville Regent. Angelfire Ignition, Skyclave. Definitely discarding and drawing here. That's not bad. About it. All right. More Power Word kills. Well, we were expecting even more removal, so not a surprise. If this Moonville Regent dies, things are a bit sketchy. Although maybe we can have a cool turn with Flamepainter next turn. Opponent is stopped hitting land drops. All right, there's a land. Oh, come on, Moonville. Live. Village Rites to draw some cards looking for the removal spell. Do they find it? Goes attacking. No blocks. I'll play Flamepainter. We are not going to discard our hand here. Play with fire. Decline. Sacred Fire. Draw 2. Okay, now we're going off. Yes, we will discard and draw 2. We will get back our Flamepainter. Smash it with a Moonveil. Oh, we are potentially in business now. This is where we want to be. Oh, this deck's sweet. All right, opponent's going to spend the removal spell. It's fine. That's a removal spell that is not hitting a Flamepainter, and if we get to start attacking with Flamepainters, it is going to be pretty good for us. Opponent. And we got another Moonveil Regent. Yeah, we can do some things if we get to start getting in hits with this. About it. Are you out of removal yet? Moonveil Regent has proven itself to be really good in this deck. Having all these multicolor flashback cards are kind of insane with Moonveil. I think they got another sacrifice. Ooh, Florian, okay. Sure. Oh, does this mean we get to have our big turn? Opponent gets in, hits us, no blocks. Sure. Gets to go digging, unfortunately. Well, let's see if they find removal. Although, even if they find removal, we can just haste in a Flamepainter. Opponent finds a land, plays a land. Are we recasting the Shade? No. Well, play the land. Play Moonveil Regent. Play Flamepainter. Decline. Go attacking. Opponent blocks. And blocks. All right, yeah, let's just kill adversary. Draw a card. Keep the Flamepainter. Whew. All right, opponent. You better have some removal, buddy. Or else these Flamepainters are about to go off. Opponent goes attacking. Ooh, yeah, all right. I don't like letting our opponent draw with Florian, but boy, we are just set up to have such a good turn if we untap here. Florian hits another land. Jeez. I don't know why our opponents... They must have some bad cards on the top of their deck if they've hit 2 lands in a row. They went 7 cards deep and ended up 2 lands, which is like nothing. Opponent counting up the damage, and I mean, I think they got to be able to kill 2 things to have a realistic shot here. All right, Bloodthirsty Adversary. Gonna flashback a removal spell. Well, there's one thing. Going to kill Flamepainter. Do you have another one? Not yet. Well, play the land. Angelfire Ignition, Flamepainter. Draw some cards. Opponent has power, word kill. Okay. Well, so much for our big turn. Moonveil Regent. Discard the land. Get rid of Florian. Brutal Cathar. Wow, Moonveil Regent is so good. Get rid of the token. No attacks this turn. Moonveil Regent's awesome. Oh, it's so good. It's so... Oh, and opponent's done. Wow. Well, we didn't get to go off with Flamepainter, but that was a great example of what Moonveil Regent could do. Like, wow. You can see the late game power where it's just like, oh, cast a cheap thing, draw a card, cast a cheap thing, draw 2 cards. You just always find action. Yeah, that was really impressive, Moonveil Regent. All right, sweet, sweet, sweet. Much ado about nothing time. We are flame painting this week. Flamepainter Boros. And, sounds all right. Little hand heavy, but Moonveil Regent is a good way to improve the hand. And we do have a lot of removal. We'll see if our opponent's mono green. We're gonna need a lot of mana to make Shatter Skull Smashing good. More lands. Well, Den of the Bugbear, go. Ugh. Yeah, the slow start could be punishing. Faceless Haven. Kazandu Mammoth. Ignition is good if we get to it. Pathway, go. Oh, we're gonna get charioted here, aren't we? Opponent hits us. Yeah, mono green might be the best deck in the format at the moment. Yeah. That's Chariot. Opponent. Oh my god, another land. Oh, well, yeah. We've just drawn way too many lands here. We had a bit of a slow start on the draw, and our opponent has the Chariot. Best deck in Standard, best card in Standard, maybe, perhaps. Opponent fires up the Chariot, plays a land, grows a Mammoth. Faceless Haven 2. Hits us for a few million. Yeah, we're super dead. Okay, 13, yeah. Oh, okay. I don't know why they did that, because we're still not dead, but we are virtually dead. A myriad, wow, so many lands. All right, well, this was the old on the draw, land heavy hand, draw all lands. And our opponent had a pretty good draw. Well, Skyclave's in. Maybe burn down the house? What do we have that we can cut? This actually might be a less than good Flame Painter matchup. Actually, I'm not sure Play with Fire kills anything. Yeah, green creatures are just so big, it's actually pretty tough to kill them with Shatter Skull Smashing, as we saw. Yeah, let's get on a Miria's Call, and Flame Painter is like our sweetest card, though. I guess Sacred Fire. Sacred Fire also doesn't really kill anything. Maybe we gotta, oh boy. Cutting all that burn, though, also makes Flame Painter a lot worse. All right, we're going huge sideboarding changes. Let's see if this works. Yeah, 2 damage just doesn't really kill. Mine kills cat tokens, I guess, but it doesn't really kill much against mono green. All right, we're on the play. Well, this hand's not bad. We're gonna need another white source for Skyclave, but we actually have a lot of removal. Well, there's a white source. All right, Snarl, reveal the plains. This is the kind of removal we want. Now we have removal for creatures, and we have Commando. Yeah, let's run a Commando. Sacred Fire the Floral Hedron. Play the plains, go attacking. This card is kind of legit. 2 mana 3/1 and blow up an artifact is actually like pretty good. Well, let's Brutal Cathar. Snag the Mammoth. Play the land, go attacking. We want to save Skyclave for Chariot, potentially. And then we can try to maybe use Sacred Fire to clean up the tokens. I guess we could also Commando the Chariot. That's probably even better. Yeah, let's untap. We might just pass here. Play the land. Yeah, I think we're going to pass and flip Brutal Cathar. And then if our opponent tries to activate Chariot, we'll blow up the Chariot. And then we can potentially double spell next turn, flip back, and get rid of all the tokens. All right. Yeah, so kill the Chariot. Hopefully there's not another one. Please don't fight our brute. All right, Kazandu Mammoth. Land, grows it, and passes. Well, play the land on white. So we're going to play 2 spells. Oh, it's kind of risky. I mean, I guess they could also have Snakeskin Veil, which we would want to at least know about. Well, let's Skyclave. Go after the Mammoth. Ooh, no Snakeskin Veil. Sunrise Cavalier. Hit ya. Hit ya. Flip back around. Snag a token. Grow the Cavalier. Okay. That was a good turn. That was a very good turn. We might have a shot here. This went much better than game 1. Game 1, oh, that did not go well. This is going much better. We're kind of playing like this weird creature control game, but it's sort of working. Oh my god, no more Chariots. Okay. Those darn cats. Just Barrow Sentinel. I'm gonna go attacking. We are not going to block. Ooh, Inferno, eh? That's very interesting. Are we just slamming Inferno? Yeah, I guess. Inferno. Go to combat. Attack you. We'll just get him with the flyer. Ooh, opponent goes to 2. This is a problem for our opponent because we have Sacred Fire in the graveyard. And opponent's done. Whew. Wow, if we can beat mono green sometimes, then this deck might actually be sweet. Opponent had double Azeka's Chariot. They actually had that was a good draw. Like, they had Mana Dork, they had double Chariot, they had Kazandu Mammoth, and still able to overcome. Is there anything else we can change? No. Could bring in another Inferno, or maybe back in Sacred Fire. So Sacred Fire, it gets the cats. We saw Tangled Floral Hedron, which not all green decks play, but that goes up in value. They could have, that's about it. There's just not many targets for a 2 damage burn spell in this matchup. Are we just running it back? Can we do the same thing being on the draw? Do we gotta go down another Flame Painter? I know we're a Flame Painter deck, but I feel like we might have to cut it. Yeah, let's go with one more Inferno. Inferno was sweet that game. I like that Inferno's big enough to block our opponent's stuff. It doesn't do anything specifically against mono green, but just being big is kind of important in this matchup. Whew. All right, we're keeping. Lands, please. Well, not quite. Lango. Sunrise Cavalier might be a sleeper for those format. Opponent, Flora Hedron. Oh, I got an answer to that. Uh-oh. Well, the question's going to be, do we draw a untapped land? Really any land, but preferably untapped. If so, we're kind of in business. Opponent land. Mammoth. Come on, deck. Come on, deck. Oh, no, not like this. Oh, we're going to die with 2 Skyclaves in hand. Faceless Haven grows the Mammoth. Hits us for 5. No Chariot. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, this isn't great, but land. Unfortunately, that's not even the right color of land. I mean, we got to do what we got to do, but that's not good. That's not good, opponent. Land. Mammoth. Yeah, we're gonna potentially just die because we can't find Blizzard Brawl. Oh, and then they get to Faceless Haven too. Oh, yes, is real bad. Well, I didn't Faceless Haven at least. Down to 8. Well, white mana or death, I think. Oh, Old Growth Troll. Classic Snarl. Yeah, that's a classic Snarl for you. Oh, I hate these lands. They're so bad. Oh, they're so incredibly bad. All right, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. There's only so many dual lands in Standard, but good lord, Snarls. Yeah, I mean, that is the Snarl death. I mean, I don't know. Even if we got to Skyclave here, we really needed to hit the white mana for last turn. If we got to Skyclave here, we get rid of the Old Growth Troll, but our opponent still has the Faceless Haven. But yeah, I mean, with the Snarl, we are literally dead on board. Ugh, living up to their name. Snarling up our chances to win. At least we showed we can compete with Mono Green, which might be the best deck in Standard, or at least one of them at the moment. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are playing some Flamepainter Boros, and well, I guess we'll keep this. A bit on the land heavy side, but I mean, Cavalier's good. We got a removal spell. Hopefully we draw some more non-lands. Well, Plains, go. Opponent, Schwamp. Shambling Guest. Land and go. Opponent plays a forest. Going to go attacking. Sure. Well, Plains and Cavalier. Go attacking. Hit you to 17. Opponent. Briar Bridge Tracker. Yeah. Well, land on red. Cavalier. Go attacking. All right, opponent takes a trade. That's fine. Land for our opponent. And wow, sack the clue to draw a card. Interesting. Wasn't really expecting that. Opponent hits us. Well, we get to flip. We draw another land. Now we go to combat. Hit ya. Down to 10. Flamepainter. Land on white. Go. Opponent, Lolth. Makes a spider. Ooh, that's what we wanted to see. That is what we wanted to see. Ignition on Flamepainter. Sacred Fire, a spider. Land on, ooh, doesn't matter, white. Attack you. Opponent blocks. Blocks. Angelfire Ignition on the Cavalier. Oh, kill ya! All right. That is what the deck can do. All right, that was a good one. That was a good one. That is exactly what this deck wants to do. You can see the power of tapping with Flamepainter in an Angelfire Ignition deck. Like, that synergy is really strong and potentially pretty playable. We might want to burn down the houses. It gets rid of Lolth and everything else. Might be worth it. What do we want to cut though is the question. Brutal Cathar is good at sniping tokens. Skyclave could be fine. Yeah, I think we just want more burn down the houses. Brutal Cathar is especially good in token matchups. Our opponent could have Wrens. Let's go down 1 play with fire and one lore hold command. Run it like that. We might be the 61 card special. We might have not sideboarded out as many cards as we planned to. All right, opponent's on the play. Lots of action, no lands. No lands, no keep. All right, we'll keep this. I guess we just put play with fire to the bottom. The risky line is to put smashing to the bottom. We probably need the land. I kind of want to keep the commando. I mean, I guess we could put commando to the bottom. All right, let's put play with fire to the bottom. Run it like that. Well, all right, so we got commandos for days, which is fine because our opponent could be a chariot deck. Oh, Moonville Regent's good. I feel like Moonville Regent is one of our best cards. Opponent taps. Forest. Tracker. Well, we'll run out the commando. play a land, go to combat, attack you. Opponent takes it to 17. Well, pass the turn. Land, and, well, it's commando. If our opponent uses removal on it, that's fine. Huh. Sacks to make it look less appealing? All right. Well, I mean, that's a removal spell that's not hitting our other stuff. Ooh, we have no spells in the graveyard, right? All right, we're gonna, let's play Flamepainter. There's some upside here to drawing more lands and being able to Moonveil plus Sacred Fire in the same turn to refuel. Opponent gonna go attacking. I mean, I think this is a freebie. I can't imagine they're playing like pump spells, but I don't know what our opponent's doing exactly, so who knows? Oh my god, all right. Well, that is the opposite of a freebie. All right, so that is a bit of a blowout. Well, Sunrise Cavalier. Smack ya, down to 15. I guess it was a 2 for 2, so it's not actually the end of the world. Innkeeper, and a land, and a ooze. Sure. I'll play the land, Brutal Cathar. Get rid of the ooze. All right, that's fine. Opponent sacks, sure. Still gonna try to be patient with this Sacred Fire if we can. It's just so good if we can Moonveil. Like, draw land, Moonveil, Sacred Fire, draw 2 is really strong. Oh boy. Well, we have the sweepers in our deck, so we have outs to this. Oh, come on, land. Come on, land. Untap land. Ooh, all right, land. Moonveil Regent. Go to combat. Attack you. Sure. Kill the Scoot Swarm. Draw 2. Hit ya. Down to 12. Well, we dodged the Scoot Swarm. Kind of surprised our opponent played it that way. Ancient Guardian. Well, that would have been a problem if the Scoot Swarm was still around. Thankfully, it's not. Well, and if they had a land in the graveyard. Well, we will Brutal Cathar. Decline. Get rid of the Green Warden. Go attacking. Opponent jumps, gets a treasure, goes to 10. Okay. Oh, they're gonna kill the... All right, that's fine. Kills the Brutal Cathar. Land. Verdant Mastery. Sure. Well, good thing we got rid of that Scoot Swarm, or we might have been in trouble. And opponent scoops it up. Whoo! Well, game 1, we got to see Flamepainter go off. Game 2, we got to see some Dragon Power. Wow, that was close. That was super close. Well, sweet, sweet, sweet. Much brew about nothing time. We are, getting aggressive with Flamepainter Boros in New Standard, of course. Yeah, we can just play this tapped. No reason to reveal the info that we actually have enough lands. So one of my pet peeves with Snarls, other than just hating them because they're horrible, but one of my pet peeves is if you don't have anything to do with them, there really isn't any reason to play them untapped. All right, Sunrise Cavalier. What noise does this make? That's like a Game of Thrones horn, right? I'm gonna have to learn the sound effect. All right, Cathartic Pyre. Sure. Opponent untaps. Snow-covered mountain. Well, let's try it again. Den of the Bugbear, Cavalier. The so the Moonveil Regent is going to be pretty sweet if we can play it and immediately Sacred Fire to draw 2. That's going to be where it's at its best. Oh, is it Mana Screwed? Is it Dragons? I see. Well, Mountain. Go to combat. Attack you. Oh, all right, we're going to play it. Disappointing that we can't cast something right away, but since there is it, they could have a counter. Opponent, Faceless Haven. Oh! That's real bad. That's real bad news. Well, Den of the Bugbear. Hit ya. Okay, now the flooding out is actually pretty bad for us. Opponent scries a million. Yeah, I was not expecting a sweeper there. Oh, maybe this is just... Is it Alrund's Epiphany? Snow-covered mountain. Passing. Oh, play the land. Play the land. Are we... This is a bad spot to be. This is a real bad spot. I don't think we can fire up Den of the Bugbear. Get in, hit ya. Pass the turn, I guess. Opponent untaps. Scries a bunch. Or no, yeah, gets a draw. Scrying was last turn. About it. Well, here comes the Epiphanies, I assume. About it. Passes. Well, play the land, go to combat, attack ya. Opponent takes it. Moonveil Regent, don't counter it, please. Oh, we really want this to resolve. All right, that's good. That's good, because now worst case, we can Sacred Fire draw 2. So opponent's gonna draw a bunch of cards. Maybe we just Sacred Fire now. Still probably about to get Epiphanied. Opponent untaps. Oh, it's gonna be close. There's Alrund's Epiphany. Extra turn. Opponent untaps. Foretells. And passes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, let's play Brutal Cathar. Get rid of a token. Oh, we don't get to get rid of anything. Angelfire Ignition. Decline. Come on. Come on. Fading Hope. Opponent pays 3. Well, Sacred Fire your face. Draw some cards. Opponent bounces it. Wow, this is gonna be close. Tap land, hit ya. About it. Oh, the problem is Epiphany. Like, we're winning this as a fair game of Magic. The problem is this might not be a fair game of Magic. And if our opponent could just start chaining together Epiphanies, Frostbite kills Moonveil Regent. We're still holding Lethal Burn. Will we get a chance to cast it? About it. Oh, imagine that. Elrond's Epiphany. Opponent takes an extra turn. And Environmental Sciences, we are no longer holding Lethal Burn thanks to Lessons. Land goes attacking. Down to 18. Passes. Well, Showdown of the Skulls. Divide by 0. Divide by 0 is so good. Opponent gets a Mascot Exhibition. Showdown of the Skulls. Resolves. Land untapped. Pass the turn. Well, we are on the try to burn him out plan. Whether or not this plan's gonna work, I am not sure. Memory Day. Epiphanies. I mean, we're hoping our opponent just casts Mascot Exhibition, but they've seen so much of their deck. If they have another Epiphany, it's pretty bad. Expressive Iteration. Trying to find Epiphany. It never ends, opponent. What do you find? A mountain. Plays it. I mean, opponent knows we have Lethal Burn, so you have to play around that. Goes to combat. Attacks. We will take it. Gonna be close. Down to 13. Well, Sacred Fire, your face. Opponent goes to 5. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We don't have quite enough damage. Play the land, play Moonveil Regent. Opponent has saw it coming. Well, Lorehold Command. Lightning Helix, draw 2. Well, sack the Showdown. All right, this is it. Pass the turn. About it. Untaps. Draws. Land. Please no Epiphanies. We need to resolve a bird spell. Any bird spell, and we beat the Epiphany deck. Opponent gets it, it hits us. Down to 16. Sacred Fire, your face. Opponent counters. Untap. Sacred Fire, your face. Game. Oh! Taken down Elrond's Epiphany. Okay. That was surprisingly effective. Whew. All right, now we get to cut Brutal Cathars. Man, maybe the burn plan's actually like kind of a thing. Definitely bringing in Redains. Definitely bringing in Infernos. Go down, burn down the house. And then probably Commandos for Felidar Retreats. I think we keep the burn. Like, being able to cast burn spells at our opponent's face actually seemed like a somewhat realistic plan. Oh, if we beat this deck, that'd be so sweet. All right. So I like Felidar Retreat. I like Inferno. We're definitely going to need more lands for this hand to start to take off, but about it. Snow-covered mountain. Well, that's a land. That's good. Pass the turn. Opponent can draw some cards. Ooh, come on, 3-drop. Cavalier would be nice. We actually have a window to do something this turn. Opponent hits their land. Plays it. Passes. Yeah, I don't think there's any reason to Sacred Fire. All right, so I'll play the land, pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Mountain. Foretells. About it. Passing. No, play the land on white. Moonveil Regent. Oh. Well, was expecting to get it countered. Little bit of a bummer it was countered by Jawari Disruption. Would have been nice if our opponent had to use a more impactful card. Well, come on, lands. Come on, lands. We would like to Felidary Retreat into a land. Opponent, all right, kind of whiffs. When doesn't hit a land. All right, Felidary Retreat. Cathartic. So opponent actually got pretty punished for playing that Jawari Disruption. They Jawari Disruption and then whiffed on lands. Well, plains. Cat. Go. All right, there's a land. We would like to just keep hitting lands. Well, oh my god, it's a snarl. All right, well, cat. Go to combat, attack you. About it. Takes it down to 18. Well, next turn we can get down Inferno. Memory Deluge. Maybe we Lorehold Command now? Lorehold Command, Helix you draw. Pass the turn. Opponent out of 15. But opponents also hit their lands up to the point where Elrond's Epiphany is a magic card. Battle, okay, that's fine. Battle of Frost and Fire, sure. Well, we will make a cat. I mean, I guess we just get the damage going. Inferno. Pump it. Hit you to 8. All right, opponent. Better do something good. Better do something good, or we're going to jank you out with Boros. As much as I don't like losing to Epiphany decks, I do like beating Epiphany decks. I think we got a shot at least. This is probably an Epiphany. All right. Epiphany 1. Opponent taps. Triggers their Battle of Frost and Fire. Land. Galvanic Iteration to copy something. Oh, jeez. All right. Oh, boy. So our opponent is very in on Elrond's Epiphany. Well, so much for the beating the Epiphany deck. Oh. Well, this is perhaps the most fun play pattern in Standard. Opponent, Faceless Haven. All the Storm Giants goes attacking. They also have removal. All right. Well, 3 extra turns in a row is a pretty reasonable way to win a game of Magic. So, run it back. At least we're on the play. Epiphany. Not good. Well, we get to be on the play. We'll see if that makes a difference. All right, we get to play first. Our deck is sweet. The problem is Epiphany is miserable. Is Redain even worth it? I mean, I guess we'll keep this. I'm a little nervous that we're just so land heavy. But Redain is very good, and hopefully we do not... Oh, my God. All right. So we are going to continue to just draw lands by the looks. Oh, that is the risk. That is the risk. Opponent. Foretells. Oh, my God. Another land. Yeah, this is the nightmare. When you keep the 5-lander and then you just continually draw lands, that is not a way to win a game of Magic. Tap land. Kills the Redain. I'll play Moonveil Regent. Go. Opponent. Faceless Haven. Passes. I'll play the land, go to combat, attack you. Opponent's going to bounce Moonveil Regent. Well, we will play Flamepainter. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to find a land. Plays it. Well, Lorehold Command. Spirit. Helix. Opponent counters. I'll play the land. Go attacking. Hit ya. Sadly, only one spell to flash back. Helix draw. Pass the turn. Expressive Iteration. But our opponent's getting to the Epiphany part of the game, and we do not have an answer at the moment. Our Redain died. All right, double iteration. So opponent's just trying to set up to like combo off next turn, I think. Gets the land, plays it, passes. We draw even more lands. Well, Inferno. Hit ya. All right, this is it. Let's see if our opponent combos off with Epiphanies. Faceless Haven. Elrond's Epiphany. Untaps. Land. Elrond's Epiphany. Attacks. Untaps. Opponent. Foretells. And Elrond's Epiphany. Untaps. plays a land, goes attacking. Well, definitely has an epiphany then. Down to 17. Battle of Frost and Fire. Okay. And Frostbite. We draw even more lands. So play Moonveil Regent. Opponent counters. Ours Epiphany. Oh my god. It is the worst. Opponent leaves a Alrund's Epiphany on top, I'm sure. Untaps. Faceless Haven. Gonna go attacking. Well, in defense of our deck, we have also just brutally flooded this game. Felidary Retreat. Opponent as a counter. Well, we will play a land. Remember, we already sacked a land too. Pass the turn. Opponent's going to draw some cards. Yeah, this one I think is over. It is just really, really hard to win when your opponent takes several more turns than you. Another Epiphany, this time with card draw. I mean, I guess it's also unfortunate that all of the Epiphanies were in the top half of our opponent's deck, apparently. Well, we will pass the turn. Opponent taps. Gonna vote some mana. Gonna play a Memory Deluge to try to find an Alrund's Epiphany. Jeez. Oh. Yeah, I mean, this game's just, it's super over. Opponent's got all the cards in hand. We got none of the cards in hand. The problem is our opponent took 3 more turns than us. And it is, well, also, and we flooded out, but it is... Yeah, another land. Well, fair enough. Hard to win when your opponent just plays twice as much Magic. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are flame painting in Standard this week, and I think we keep this. This hand looks pretty good. We're gonna need another land, and this hand's not super quick, but it does have a lot of our most powerful cards, and Burn Down the House could be a good catch-up card. Oh boy. Sultai something? Control? Oh, that should be interesting. I don't know if I played against any Sultai deck since rotation. Ah, some sort of Sultai flashback deck. Huh. Interesting. Well, what do you got, opponent? Gets and hits us. Sure. Would be nice to draw something we could play this turn. Root Coil Creeper seems like it could be playable. You gotta be in the right deck, but, well, alright. I think that counts as playable. Kill that. Get it out of here. Play the mountain. Well, next turn we get to start actually doing things, hopefully. Opponent finds a land. Well, land on white and Flamepainter. Go. About it. Ooh, hitting their lands now. Passes. Go to combat. Attack ya. I don't actually think we want to flash anything back at the moment. Yeah, I think we just say no. Alright, hit you down to 18. Awkwardly say no. Land on red. Moonveil Regent. No Ras. No Ras, no sweepers. None of that stuff. After missing a land, our opponent just reeled off 3 in a row. I guess the other thing we could have done there is just try to make tokens would burn down the house. Binding the Old Gods. Alright, hits the Regent. Ping you for 1. Well, I guess it's burn down the house time. Burn down the house. Make some devils. Go to combat. Attack you. Burn down the house. Make some devils. kind of a sweet turn. Hit ya. And now I think we are gonna Sacred Fire. Hit you to 10. I mean, this is putting our opponent in a position where wrathing the board is gonna be really painful. About it. Gets a land. Oh, this has got to be Alrund's Epiphany, right? This is another version of Epiphany. About it. Well, double burn down the house off of Flamepainter was pretty sweet. The Devils are looking pretty good at the moment. Is our opponent just dead? I mean, we have this Cavalier too, so we can, even if they kill Flamepainter, we could potentially Cavalier, attack, Sacred Fire, lethal. Ooh, is our opponent thinking or salty roping? Wow. Innkeeper? Okay, sure. That's not exactly what we were worried about. And binding. Is this still lethal? Well, Sunrise Cavalier. Attack with everything. I think this still does it. They block here. Okay, they just don't block. Goes to 1. Let's be cute. Oh, we gotta get the devil win. We gotta get the devil win. Sacred Fire the devil. Ping the face. And that went pretty well. Yeah, that was... Man, Flamepainter is so sweet when it goes off. When it goes off, it is so sweet. What do we want against our opponent's deck? We really don't know what they're doing. They're obviously ramping, but outside of ramping, it's not super clear. Not really clear at all. All right, let's go down. Let's go up 3 Redanes. Go down the play with fires. And then I kind of want these Infernos. Gonna want a Miria's Call and a Brutal Cathar. Felidary Retreat could also be good, but they got bindings. All right, let's try it like that. I mean, what do we see? Prosperous Innkeeper, Sultai Mana, Binding the Old Gods. I assume they're like ramping into Epiphanies and Comas, but we didn't really get to see much of our opponent's deck there, honestly. Not much at all. Opponent is on the play for game number 2, and ooh, all right. Well, we'll try this. Cathar's Commando could be good. Yeah, let's just get the Snarl out of our hand while we can. Cavalier's not a bad draw, opponent. No removal this hand. All right, there's an Innkeeper. Getting the treasure going. Well, land and go. Gets in, hits us. Sure. Down to 19. And, well, all right, run out Commando. Start the beatdown. We really do need to hit another land, though. We got a lot of 4-mana stuff. Land on white. Ugh. Yeah, let's just Cavalier. Let's go for the most damage plan. Get in, hit ya. Down to 14. Opponent. Manually tapping. Foretelling Alrund's Epiphany, I presume. Which means we get to flip, though, doesn't it? Yeah, let's flip. Grow. No land. Well, go attacking. Ooh, takes it to... Well, all right, Redane. Keep us safe. Oh, don't counter it. Don't counter it. Don't kill it. Untaps. This means they can't Epiphany, and we're really close to winning here, and doubly so with these Angelfire Ignitions. Land for our opponent up to 6 mana. A little bit less than it looks thanks to Redane's tax. Come on, hold. We need like one more turn to potentially win here. Even with missing our land drops. Passing. Well, we draw land. How do we want to do this? Let's Angelfire Ignition Commando. So this will force our opponent to spend their removal on our worst creature, if they have it. All right. That's actually kind of annoying. That shouldn't be very good against us, but it's actually kind of insane here. Yeah, we got another one in hand. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Well, that's brutal. We get another Redane. Go to combat. Attack ya. Opponent blocks. Drops to 2. We pass the turn. Come on. We're so close. Is this Redane gonna carry? Keep the Epiphany from coming down? Maybe. Land. Still can't Epiphany. Shadow's Verdict. All right, that's bad. We hit a Snarl, of course. Well, Redane. Snarl. Go. Really trying to keep this Epiphany from being a card. 7 mana. Epiphany's 8 with a Redane out. Opponent's at 2. Redane has 2 power. Yes! Oh my goodness, we got there. Well, losing to Epiphany is not fun, but beating Epiphany, on the other hand. Beating Epiphany actually is kind of fun. Yeah, sweet. That was a good one. I like this deck. I don't know how good the deck is. I mean, it was reasonable. We went 3-2, that's fine. We lost to Epiphany once, which, you know, that's gonna happen. But the synergies are really cool. Normally when I hear Boros, I think of just like kind of somewhat mindless beatdowns, but this deck actually has a lot of sweet synergies. So yeah, definitely one of the sweetest Boros decks we've played in a long time. Yeah, talk about that in the wrap up. Be right back. So what do we learn this week about Flamepainter Boros in Innistrad Standard? And I love this deck. We finished 3-2, so record-wise, fine, not insane. Although it is worth mentioning, even our losses were really close. We lost a 3-game match to Alrund's Epiphany Control, which that's the thing that's going to happen in this standard. Alrund's Epiphany is a really strong card. If your opponent takes 3 more turns than you in a game, you're probably not going to win. So that's fine. And then we lost to Mono Green in a match where we won when we were on the play. Our opponent won when they were on the play, which is probably how the matchup goes. But our opponent won the die roll, so they were on the play twice and they won the match. But really, even in our losing efforts, the deck felt competitive. The most important thing is the deck is just really fun to play. The synergies are really awesome. I mentioned in the intro that when I think of Boros aggro, I think of boring aggro a lot of the times. Like just kind of brainlessly spewing your hand and attacking and just hoping that it works out. This deck isn't like this. This deck has so many cool synergies. We got to see Flamepainter going off with Angelfire Ignition. We got to see huge combo turns with Moonveil Regent where we go like 6 or 7 cards deep in our deck slinging a bunch of spells. So we got to see just all the really neat synergies, and I found this deck really fun to play. It's got a little bit of aggro in it, it's got a little bit of burn in it, and then it's got this like combo feel on top of that, and you mash that all together, and this has got to be one of the most interesting and fun Boros aggro decks that I've ever played. So as far as how strong the deck is, I would say good, but probably not great. But as far as how fun the deck is, for being Boros aggro, the deck is really, really top tier at that. So that is Flamepainter Boros. That's been our Much Abrew for this week. Thanks for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, help us out by clicking that like button down below. And to keep up on all the latest and greatest, click that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that bell icon to get alerts whenever we have new videos. And if you want to, check out some of our other sweet videos here and here.